Good morning, Internet. David here with the McCown Company. It's another Friday, and I woke up this morning to a video from a guy on YouTube that has took my message to the president video, and put his little spin on it, trying to blame all of the trucking problems on Trump's tariffs. Let me make it clear that tariffs have nothing to do with driver pay and how bad it sucks in this industry. Corporations flooding this industry with cheap labor, brokers scamming off the top and gouging our prices and taking everything they can like a leech is the problem of our industry, and it's been going on for years. These people that try to put everything on Trump, you guys need to get a life. Trump is trying to make this country great again, where we actually are producers instead of nothing but a consumer. You know, if you do nothing but consume, you are a leech. The United States is not a leech. We need to produce. We need to bring back manufacturing. We need to build our own shit. We need to make our own shit. We need to haul our own shit. And Trump is trying to build a new country where we can all be prosperous and not have a handout. I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand. Everybody's so dependent on the government. It makes me sick. Get out and get something of your own. Produce something. Get a job that makes something. Create something. Do something. Don't hate the guy that's gone above and beyond as our president to make this country great again, and he's doing a great job. He's putting these tariffs in place to bring back jobs to our country, bring back infrastructure, bring back production, bring back these factories and stuff so we can actually have jobs that pay instead of sending it all over. They're either sending our jobs over to cheap labor or they're hauling cheap labor in. It's got to quit. There is no driver shortage. There never has been a driver shortage. There's been a shortage of drivers that will drive for free. And that's the problem. We want to make our money. We're not going to drive for free. And that's where you get the migrant worker. They bring them in, illegal, run down these highways. 2 million of these guys they brought in that don't know how to drive, can't read or write, can't understand road signs, and have no regard for this country. Now, if you're trying to become a citizen in this country, then I love you and you're my brothers and sisters, and there's nothing wrong with that. But these people that are flooding our industry, creating a monopoly for these brokerages where they can drive these prices down at the shipper and then skim off the top off the carrier, and leaves nothing for the carrier or the owner operator or the company driver. There's nothing left. Quit blaming Trump for all your damn problems and your weird Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, it's ridiculous. The man he may not be perfect. None of us are perfect. We have all fallen short of the glory of God, but he's trying. He's at least making an effort. You know, again, not to mention he's just had nothing but backlash from you guys. Heck, he can't do nothing. He can't say a prayer for anybody. You guys get all pissed off because he's saying a prayer or whatever. You know, these tariffs are not the problem with trucking. If anything, they're making it better because they're bringing factories back. They're bringing production back to this country where we actually will have value and we won't have to be dependent on all these other countries' resources. He's making America great again, and he's also making trucking great again. Not as fast as I would like him to be, but he is. You know, the faster we get this done, the better. And he can do it with the stroke of a pen. So if you're listening, Mr. President, by all means, please check out the AFFTRA. It's in my comments. It's a bill I've wrote. Me and some friends, other truck drivers have put together that should fix the industry overnight. It's got an enforcement agency, fire agency. I think you'll like that. Then you'll have fire and ice. It's just common sense shit. You know, that's all we need is common sense shit. Not a bunch of leeches trying to pounce on a fucking industry to get as much every dollar they can squeezed out to line their pockets. Let's be honest, that's what all this is. We've got a whole bunch of people that all their job is to figure out ways to take money from the people that work for their money and have a that produce, that actually have a skill. You know, these people's skill is being leeches, parasites. The definition of that in biology is, I'm pretty sure, is a disease. You know, if you take these actions these people do, they're a freaking disease on our country. They've took humanity out of the equation, and it's not going to work. It's not good. When you have put profits above humanity, it's not good. It's not good. This is what you get. You get a bunch of people begging at the teat of the government, and it's not good. Guys, we live in the freest country in the world, supposedly. 95% are dependent on the government. What is that? I'm just guessing. You might check me on that fact, but guys, we got to get together. We got to get off our asses, and we got to start doing our own shit in our own country and being proud of it. Get behind this president. And quit trying to blame everything on Trump. It's ridiculous. It makes you guys look like morons all day long. How many years since 2016, since this guy Trump used to be the coolest dude. Everybody loved him when he was on The Apprentice. He was the shit. Everybody loved him. Black, white, Mexican, didn't matter. Trump was awesome. This guy gets in office and doesn't even take a paycheck. Gets the second election stolen, does everything he can for the people, and all day long, all you hear is all these lies, and they make up stuff, and all this. I'm sick of it. He's our president. You know, we had to sit down and shut up while Weekend at Bernie's was going on, or Biden's, or whatever you want to call it, you know, for 4 years. That was a joke. And you make yourself look like a joke when you try and act like, well, he did an all right job. He did not do an all right job. He was not even doing a job. He had an auto pin. They were signing his. This country was off the chain. Terrible. Wake up, people. Oh my gosh. Oh. And to the guy that did the video on YouTube about me, I appreciate you doing the video. I would love to sit down and talk to you about the real issues in truck driving and the industry, of what the real problem is, instead of always trying to find some way to blame Trump for everything. It's not Trump's fault. The problem really is greed in this country. In corporations, they have no soul, they don't care about people, and that's where this has gone. It's made everybody turn into it used to be wrong was wrong. Now wrong is wrong unless you can make a couple $1,000s, then we'll let it slide. Oh, and if you make a couple $1 billion, well, hell, no problem there. Doesn't matter. Then you can screw everybody over, rob everybody. As long as you're making them huge profits, it's okay. We got to get away from that, guys. Wrong is wrong. Stealing is wrong. Lying is wrong. And if your business is based on having to lie, cheat, or steal, then you are a criminal. And that's what your job is being a criminal. And when criminals get busted, then we don't give a shit how they're going to pay their bills afterwards, because they were making money being a criminal. See how that works? So don't cry when you guys all lose your jobs. And you know who I'm talking about, you brokers. You brokerages that are out there stealing. Freaking crazy, guys. Freaking crazy. There's the link in my bio, in my TikTok bio for Telegram. If you're a truck driver, if you're a carrier, if you're a lease owner, if you're an owner-op, if you're a shipper. Hell, if you're an honest broker that's okay with making 3%, because that's still a shit ton of money on the brokerage end, by all means, come into the group, be part of the conversation, sign the petition, help us get this on the president's desk, share this video, help the president see it. Mr. Trump, Mr. President, if you do see it, reach out to the trucking community, not the mega corporations. Reach out to the mom and pops truck drivers like myself. I'm a company driver, and the hundreds others. There is tons of us out here that are screaming at the top of our lungs, something's got to give, because we're dying out here. We've been dying forever. We know it's not your fault, but we know that you can make a change if you hear the message. Unfortunately, we got millions and millions of dollars lobbied against us for this message not to get out. So have a great day, everybody. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, you shall be saved, and I'll see you on the next one.